But at the bottom here, contract your tricep. Squeeze that tricep. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Yep. Yeah, there you go. Now contract. Good. All the way at the bottom. Contract, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And drive through. Good. Yep. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Good. Give me like 4 more reps here. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Good. 3. Yep. 2. Good. One last one. There you go. Yep. So we're just padding up his biceps, and we're actually going to pad up his triceps as well simultaneously here. So this is really going to be just about mind-muscle connection right now. As we kind of warm up through the sets. Once we get to the really heavy working weights, then we can actually turn the stim down a little bit. But those initial like warm-up sets is really when I want to get that mind-muscle connection firing as much as possible.
What's awesome is that basically I could put these pads on, and instead of lifting 800 pounds, I just put these on and it does the same thing. You know what I mean? It's like I don't have to lift it heavy anymore. It's like the old school guys think you got to keep lifting heavy weight when we got this new school technology. Come on, man, you gotta joke a little bit. All right. No, in all seriousness, listen, you gotta still lift heavy weights. You still gotta go intense, but if you're not getting good mind-muscle connection, you're never gonna grow a muscle, right? So it's about stimulating the muscle, and this is one tool you can use sometimes, maybe not always in your training, to be able to stimulate the muscle in a different way. So that's it. I just want to be able to get the maximum stimulation, my muscle connection that I can in today, my arms, right? I've done, this past week I did my chest, I did my shoulders, I did my arms, I did my back, and I did my legs. So I've done every body part with this over the past week or two. And like I said, will I use this all the way through the Olympia, like every day throughout my entire workout? No, I'm not. Like, but it's definitely a good tool that you can use here and there. This is how I like to machine here in the gym or wherever you're training at. You could, if you took out your favorite machine, you could still go in the gym and build a nice physique, right? You still build a great physique. You just find a different way. This is just another tool you can add to the toolbox. Look, you can use this in a lot of different ways. I haven't used this in several years. I used it back in 2018, 2019 a little bit more, and I found like it benefited a lot. And then just recently I decided like I wanted to start using it again, and you could definitely use it for like your deload, like instead of, okay, a couple weeks back to back, you're going really heavy and you're hitting PRs, that's great. And then you need that next week to kind of back off the weight to save your joints. You could use this to kind of, as like a deload hack, right? Is there a science behind it? Do I know for sure what I'm saying is true? No, it's more theory, but that's bodybuilding. You know, we're continuing to evolve and learn. Nobody has it 100% down, like textbook, you know, pen to paper. This is how you're supposed to bodybuild. This is how you're supposed to train or eat or do whatever. It's just we're all finding ways that help us improve, and that's it. That's it, period. Let's go. This is it. Top 7. Yeah. Big stretch all the way. Let's go. Push. Crank it up a little bit. Let's go. You got one. Oh man. Oh, keep going. Go. 3. 2. Oh man. Whoa. Gotta leave it on. Keep going. I think that's what this is so good for, is like, if you're not able to engage all of the biceps, like if you're used to hitting like the brachialis or maybe one part of the bicep, but you're not able to get the inside or whatever, any part that you're not able to engage with, this makes you engage with. So that's why you still have to use a good amount of weight. You can't just put these pads on and flex and that's it. Obviously you saw the last set there, I did the posing at the end. Yeah, I like these because if I'm not able to engage, for example, like the inside of my bicep, right, then it's gonna, boom, it's gonna 100% make you contract that part. So the full bicep is getting worked the whole time.
I mean, we're one exercise in and your arms are pumped right now.
Yeah. Well, I feel it. I mean, I feel the pump, but also like, that's the thing with this is, we talk about intensity. Most people think intensity means heavy weight. Not necessarily. It's the intensity of the rep. So like you can make a rep way harder than it needs to be and way more intense than it needs to be, right? So just because we're not using like maximum weight, it's still a good amount of weight, man. I mean, I think
60 kilos?
Somewhere around there. Yeah. So per arm, right? So yeah, I'm sure somebody can, you know, watching is gonna say, oh, that's not that much. It probably isn't for a lot of people, but it's still a fair amount to put the muscle under that much load, right? And all I'm doing is just squeezing as hard as I can while this machine is just stimulating like a lot more than I could without it, right, alone. So it's just making every rep so much more intense, which, like I said, you gotta, I don't wanna say you gotta be careful, but it's gonna really zap your CNS as if you was to go and do like a crazy PR top set. It just isn't gonna tax the joints. These the extra large pads?
Maxi pads.
Dang, bro. Somebody else probably was gonna put that in the comments.
So right now we're gonna try and pad up the inside of his biceps to really get that like peak contraction. When we're doing this like isolation curl right here. Did that good?
This one does?
No. What you do?
New one. Let's do exercise.
I want to make sure the cable is kind of going through his upper arm, essentially, because Derek's carry angle is like pretty large. So for him to do like a straight bar or even a cambered bar too close here, his like elbow and even shoulder was kind of not be in a good spot. So the cable just kind of crosses through that elbow joint, as you can kind of see here, going all the way through. Come on, D, let's go.
Oh, jeez.
3 more. 2. Nice. Good. So yeah, so that's just so much easier on his joints.
I like this setup a lot better than just regular push downs. I feel like the angle of this motion is way better than just doing like the rope push down like this. Yeah. I feel like this is good, but I get a lot of tension in my elbows especially, sometimes even my shoulders. But when I'm able to like do the crossover, it just feels like I'm able to engage my actual tricep a lot more than putting it in the joint, personally.
Same movement here. Cable is still going through, straight through that upper arm, crossing that elbow joint. We switch it up with the cable attachment here. just because it's a little bit easier to grab and we can actually go heavier on this movement. No way, we're here. Let's go. Come on. Oh man. Yep. Gosh.
Honestly, this exercise is a lot harder than it looks. Trust me. It's good, it's effective, but yeah, a lot more challenging than just regular overhead extensions. So this setup is probably a lot different than most people's ever seen before, because this is like the new tech multi-pulley cable machine. So it has this kind of like back pad thing here that you can extend out and put your back into here, but that just kind of stabilizes from here down. So that way I can just focus on more of the tricep extension. Now you want to try to keep your shoulders in place the best that you can, staying overhead. But this, I can just take each one individually and just drive straight forward over my head like this. And you could do a lot of different attachments. You could do both hands, like I said earlier. You could do both hands like this at the same time. But like I said, when you do the single arm cables like this, it's so much harder because it causes you to have to stabilize your muscles at the same time. So. Go up. All right, so I switched it up because, like I mentioned, the last exercise, same variation, right? Or same type of exercise, right? Just different variation. So last exercise that looked like this overhead, I said was a lot harder because you had to stabilize. So I wanted to find an exercise that was much easier, so that way I didn't have to put as much effort in and I could just use the machine to do all the work for me. So that was really why I switched it up. All right, in all seriousness, I don't know. I just sometimes like to do both hands at the same time versus the isolateral movement. Again, no real reason other than it just is what I wanted to do a minute ago, was the setup that I had earlier. And then now this feels good. So I just switching it up, same movement. I could have stayed with just the one type of variation, but I don't know, just mixing it up today. Just whatever feels good. Sometimes you just gotta come in here and like, you have a game plan, you know what kind of angles you want to hit, exercise you want to do, and then sometimes you just mix it up because it feels good and you just want to do it. As long as it works, man, it feels good. Here, this is it. I'm just going to give it to you straight. If you come here and you leave the gym and you feel like you had a good workout, you probably did. If you leave the gym and you feel like you didn't have a good workout, chances are you probably could have done something better or more or different. I can feel it in my abs right here. Like,
You just fucking beat the machine, dude. That was 100%.
Yeah, I think it's gonna light it up like crazy. Oh boy, man. Ooh. this part that feels the most. Like the lengthened part, that's when I feel the most tension. Man. Okay. Whoa. I'm about done. Man. I'm like zapped. Man, it's gonna smoke me, I'm telling you.